Welcome back, all you kings, queens, and in-betweens to another Should You Watch a Video here on the channel. Today, we are going to be talking about another one of the shows that is airing in the winter 2025 anime season, and that is Headhunted in Another World, from Salaryman to Demon Lord's Assistant.
Close enough.
I think it's Headhunted in Another World, Salaryman to Big Four.
You're doing great.
Or Office Worker to the Big Four. We'll put up the title. It's a point. Whatever. But it's the Headhunted in Another World is the beginning. I have that correct, right?
Yeah, you're doing great.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you want to give a synopsis of this before I go on my tirade?
Sure. So Uchimura is your classic salaryman that all anime seem to have, you know, that one salaryman. And he is one of those guys that just kind of gets passed around from one sector of his company to another. And one day he is summoned by the Demon Lord himself to another world and offered one of the 4 positions in his army as a head general. And he is the overseas manager. Unlike all of the other generals he already has in his employ, Uchimura is just expected to use his business acumen to do business-related things to benefit the demon army. And of course, at first, he isn't really accepted, but as time goes on, it seems like he very well might be.
Business, job, deal, sale, business, product, business, deal. Did I do it? Did I say about all the stuff that happens?
Sure, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Pat.
So I have come to the conclusion that anime, especially Isekai anime, are like sitcoms. They're like American sitcoms. Because you know how every American sitcom is the same? It's just got some different actors and there might be a slight different configuration. Like, who's the annoying person? Is it the sister-in-law? Is it the cousin? Is it the neighbor? Is it the married couple that's related distantly to the main characters? There's something that shakes up the format, but they're basically the same. And that is what seasonal anime in general is now, I feel. They're just sitcoms. And every once in a while, there's a real standout. Like Modern Family. I love Modern Family. It's a good show. It's still a sitcom, still has most of the tropes, but had one little thing that tweaked it where it was like a documentary style and you're talking to the camera thing. It was a thing they don't do on a lot of stuff. So that was kind of cool. It helped it. It changed it up. This is an isekai where he was working job and he was good at job apparently, but not good enough at job for people to want him to stay in their location at job. They wanted him to do job at a distance. So he ends up going into another world where there are demons and demi-humans are the two factions. And he's trying to expand the
Demon army?
Yeah, the breadth of the demon empire for the Demon King and negotiate with different species and go across cultural boundaries and figure out why the people don't want to make deals with the Demon King generals because they basically just come in and yell at them. I wonder why you're not sealing the deal most of the time. But what are your thoughts on this?
So I like this one for a few different reasons. I like that it doesn't take itself seriously. He's literally the overseas manager, the general that's also the overseas manager, which I think is kind of amusing and a kind of callback to the fact that he used to get transferred all the time when he was in the real world, or our world if you'd prefer, because he just couldn't be appreciated enough. The next thing I like is that he wasn't given any sort of special powers or gifts when he became a member of the demon army. He's just a regular guy who's now trying to function as a member of this demon army. I like that for once we have someone who isn't OP and just has to use the skills he had with no extra wrench thrown in to just survive in this chaotic new world and this environment he's not used to. I think the thing that you perhaps struggle with and some viewers may struggle with is this isn't as flashy as a lot of other isekai. He isn't expected by the Demon Lord to be like that strong OP guy that goes out and wins battles for him. He's the guy in the background doing negotiations and treaties and what they call mergers, when they try to get like a certain group to join their forces. So if you're into all those flashy things, if you need a good fight, this might not be the best place to get it. And I can see how that would be off-putting to certain viewers who might want more action.
I said this when we were finishing up the 3rd episode. It was right after we finished the 3rd episode. The first thing I said was, this is all the boring parts of Overlord. It's all the parts of Overlord where he's like negotiating with the lizard people, or he's, you know, talking to one of the human kingdoms and explaining why they should join him, Ein Zulgon, as he expands out the empire and gives them protection and whatnot. It's all those boring parts, but that's the entire show. And I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get the appeal. I don't really like any of the other characters. I don't really know why the Demon King is the Demon King, because he just seems like a wise old guy who's like, this is a lesson you should learn from this situation. You should try and talk to the chick with the dragon tail because she's upset for a reason. It's like, yes, Mr. Demon Lord, I will repair relations with chick with the dragon tail because I said a dumb thing. Or I said a reasonable thing, but she's a demon, so she took it as a dumb thing. And the only character I like in this whole show, besides a little bit of the main character, is the guy who runs the bar, which is the bar in his world or the bars in the Isekai world?
I'm confused by where the bar's location is.
The bar seems like a pocket dimension that they just go to. It's like Guinan's bar in Next Generation, where it's like all the characters, when they have a problem, they just go to Guinan's bar and she just says some gobbledygook and they're like, you're so wise, Whoopi Goldberg, you just told me how to solve the problem. And that's what happens. He's like confused. He goes to the bar. The old guy, the ramen noodle guy from Naruto, just talks to him and he's like, you're right, this is the solution, I just understand what I should do now. Next scene, he solves the problem. The 3 episodes we've watched have had the exact same like breakdown of time. It's like problems introduced, they try to solve it, he goes to the bar because they couldn't solve it, he gets some gobbledygook said to him, and then he goes and solves the problem.
I'm glad you feel satisfied by your explanation.
That's true, right? It's like an episode of House. Like you start off, problem presented, wrong answer, right answer.
Then that one time, after saying all those times it wasn't lupus, it was lupus.
It turned out to be lupus that one time. You know, sometimes it's lupus. There'll be an episode where sometimes it's lupus. But are you continuing to watch this show?
I like the show. I like that it's just a little bit different.
How? I don't understand what you like. I think I just don't understand your taste in anime. I think we've understood.
You don't understand my taste in general.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
You never will. And that's why we're dating. Because we don't understand each other at all. And that's how relationships.
Apparently. It's every day is a voyage and a discovery. But so you're going to continue watching it. You recommend other people watching it. Why?
Yep. I like it for all the reasons that I just said. We have an isekai with a character that isn't OP, wasn't given any special skills, abilities, anything. It just has to use their knowledge from our world in this other fantasy world that they're probably not the most equipped to deal with. And it's about things that don't involve warfare in the traditional sense of warfare. And I appreciate that, because as much as I like a good fight scene, sometimes I want other things too.
Yeah, I don't know. Give it the 3-episode test. If you like the 3 episodes that you watch, more power to you. Keep watching it. I don't think this show is going to throw us any curveballs. So the 3 episodes that you watch are probably going to be a good microcosm of the rest of the show. So it's probably worth the 3 episodes that you're going to watch. And that would be my recommendation. If you like that, like Elaine, keep watching it. I'm not going to keep watching it.
We know.
Yeah, I only have so much headspace that I can dedicate to isekai, and it needs to be something that's good.
So not this.
Not this.
For you.
For me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like increasingly that's become my opinion. I used to be the positive one. Remember when you were the negative one?
I still am the negative one.
Changed in between seasons, apparently.
Gosh, it's like, oh my God. It's like Amelia getting that makeover.
Yeah. We should talk about Daimachi. I like Daimachi. But they went on a hiatus, so we don't get to have any good anime. Because ReZero also went on a hiatus. Thanks for that. So, you know what's something that doesn't go on a hiatus, except when it does? This Should You Watch content here on the channel. Like the video if you like it. Comment down below. Let us know. What should we be watching? Let us know if you know when Daimachi and ReZero are coming back, because I really want to watch anime that I enjoy. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of this content going forward, and ring that bell so you know what's up. We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye, guys.